And they're off. Prima Ballerina, Milady Thatcher, and Silver Sea up on the outside, all showing early foot of the slompy going, and Cush Effect is fourth of the four. So Silver Sea will lead the way. Silver Sea trying to get over toward the inside, but on the inside is Prima Ballerina, preventing her from getting that inside track. And Milady Thatcher will track along in the early stages from third, and Cush Effect is fourth. 4 lengths from front to back as they journey down the back stretch now with about 5.5 furlongs to go to the second wire finish. Prima Ballerina down to the inside from Silver Sea has the head in front, and Milady Thatcher's in third position, and Cush Effect is fourth. Heading into the far turn run, Prima Ballerina holding that narrow lead from Silver Sea, trying to press on the outside from second. 2 lengths back, Milady Thatcher and Cush Effect out of the inside. Round the far turn, Prima Ballerina scoots away now, leads Silver Sea, good length and a half. Milady Thatcher outside run, Cush Effect rail run. They're trying to come after Prima Ballerina with 3 furlongs to go. Prima Ballerina in front, holding a 2-length lead from Milady Thatcher to the outside. Cush Effect at the rail. They turn for home, more than a quarter of a mile to go to the second wire finish. Toledo asks for kick from Prima Ballerina. Gets it by 3 from Milady Thatcher, who's willing second. And then it's Cush Effect drifting off the inside in third. To the last furlong they stroll, and Prima Ballerina has opened a 5-length lead to the even pace of Milady Thatcher. And then it is Cush Effect third, and Silver Sea. Odds on, she's gone. Prima Ballerina. Prima Ballerina to win by a half dozen from Milady Thatcher. Then Cush Effect and Silver Sea. And they're off. She's Running Happy who's out first, along with HEIDIT at the outside, and Martha Rita with some early speed too. Here's Flava's Dream down to the inside as they journey onto the main portion of the track of the sloppy going. Appalachian Heights is placed there in between horses, and trailing back there is Hummin' the Funk. Hummin' the Funk is last, about 6 to 7 from the pacemaker, going solo now, and She's Running Happy is that leader. She's Running Happy to a 3-length advantage from HEIDIT, and Appalachian Heights has worked forward into third. Flava's Dream rail fourth, and Martha Rita next, and Hummin' the Funk still in the back as they head off at the far turn. Solo leader by 4 is She's Running Happy. She's Running Happy running along. A 3.5 now 4-length lead into the far turn run. So She's Running Happy's up top. HEIDIT second, and Appalachian Heights is in third position. Martha Rita is next, and Flava's Dream, and Hummin' the Funk is still in the back of the pack in between horses. About 3 furlongs left to run. She's Running Happy with a 3-length advantage from HEIDIT in second. Appalachian Heights is next. The outside is Martha Rita, Hummin' the Funk, and Flava's Dream on the inside. Top of the stretch for the long run in. It's She's Running Happy, lead down to 2 from HEIDIT. Martha Rita is next, and on the inside, Appalachian Heights with plenty of room to sneak on through. Hummin' the Funk is trying to get going for the final furlong and a half. Hummin' the Funk driven, but still 6 to make up with about a furlong left to go now. 3 across the track. Martha Rita on the outside. Appalachian Heights down to the inside. The 2 that kick on from HEIDIT. Hummin' the Funk stuck in fourth. It's Appalachian Heights just in front from Martha Rita, who's giving all. Appalachian Heights, Toledo going to get the double. The second will be Martha Rita. And then And they're off. Freestanding Ice Cold Frosty and General JR all break together, and Quincy Cafe up close there, just a couple of lengths off of speed and a lot of sense trailing the field. Ice Cold Frosty, 5 ace out, takes the lead freestanding. Ice Cold Frosty a length from freestanding. Quincy Cafe's third to the inside. 2 more lengths on General JR, another 2 and a lot of sense at the tail of the field. Heading off at the far turn, Ice Cold Frosty from freestanding, the lead about a length and a half, at Quincy Cafe next. Outside is General JR is getting going 3 wide of the track, and trailing the field is still a lot of sense. Ice Cold Frosty, here's General JR with a menacing move of the outside into second, freestanding, ridden along in between horses. Quincy Cafe is right there at the rail, top of the stretch, and trailing the field a lot of sense. Ice Cold Frosty, General JR, Quincy Cafe, 1, 2, 3, Quincy Cafe switching off the inside into the stretch, 3-length lead for Ice Cold Frosty, who kicks away. General JR on the outside, Quincy Cafe down to the inside with a furlong left to go. Ice Cold Frosty. Ice Cold Frosty keeps on going under a steady drive under Jevion Toledo from General JR and Quincy Cafe. Ice Cold Frosty, Toledo triple from General JR. Then it was Quincy Cafe freestanding. In the gate. And they're off. RB Star right in action from the inside, and Baffle him away second, and holding court, and Torre Bronca fourth of the 4. RB Star, the favorite, leads with that speed from Baffle him, the lead about a length. Another 2 to holding court, and Torre Bronca on the outside. Heading into the far turn, half-mile left to go. RB Star going to get some pressure now from Baffle him on the outside to heat it up. Another 3 lengths back, and holding court is in third position, and Torre Bronca in the back of the pack. Into the turn, 3/8 from home. RB Star just in front and neck from Baffle him, applying that pressure from the outside. Then it's another 5 lengths back, and Torre Bronca and holding court at the inside. Top of the stretch where RB Star swings in with the lead and kicks away to a 2-length advantage from Baffle him in second. Out of the middle is Torre Bronca, and then holding court. RB Star responding under Acosta. Now a 4-length lead, 1 furlong left from Baffle him in second, and then Torre Bronca and holding court. RB Star to do it to the sloppy going. 2 to 5. RB Star coming home free by 5 at the finish. Baffle him, and then Torre Bronca. One minute 5.21. Silent service. And they're off. Silent service very fast away, hustled out of there, 2-length advantage from Know How I Know and Ghost Lighter third. And it's Lease back at the outside, and Count Cristo is the trailer. As Silent service goes a good pace on the sloppy going, scampers away to a 2-length lead. On Know How I Know second, about 3 more lengths, and Ghost Lighter is in third. Crown Count Cristo and Lease is at the back of the pack, ought to be suited by a good pace. At 5 furlongs left to run now. It is Silent service moving right along. Silent service in front by 2 from Know How I Know, and third is Ghost Lighter in mid-flight, and followed by Crown Count Cristo and Lease trailing the field, only 5.5 from the front. Silent service now getting pressure from Know How I Know, getting closer, just a half length behind. Around that turn, Silent service 3/8 out, just holding off Know How I Know for the moment. Ghost Lighter is in third, and Lease is beginning to roll on the far outside there from fourth, and Crown Count Cristo, new leader, Know How I Know. Know How I Know puts the head in front from Silent service as they turn in. Lease on the outside continues to march forward, widest of them all. Ghost Lighter bumping around there with Lease. They're exchanging bumps. Ghost Lighter and Lease and Know How I Know off to a 1.5 length lead. Diving inside is Ghost Lighter, outside is Lease. Inside outside challenges for Know How I Know with a 16th to go. Know How I Know just fending off Ghost Lighter. One final surge. Third is Lease on the outside. Photo up and down. Know How I Know and Ghost Lighter and Lease third. And then Crown Count Cristo.
When we started adding protocols, the first thing we knew we wanted to do was to add veterinarians watching training. We really had to look at all of the opportunities that we had to impact horse safety, controlling medication and training, which had never been done, investing in cutting-edge diagnostic techniques, decreasing the amount of medication that was in the horse on race day. Right now it's training, but we're checking horses that are racing on Saturday. Thank you. You're all right, sweetie. I feel like we are changing things for the better.
Right now, it's basically just being present. We do examine various horses in the days leading up to it. Race day, it's every horse. We're watching the horses, how they warm up. Now they've got weight on their back. We're on different surface. We're still following the horses. All the horses look good during their warm-up, sound ready to run.
I truly feel like we are moving the sport forward. The horses are better for it. We've really changed to focus on putting horses at the center and being the most important part of the equation.
And they're off. Winked. First away and burst away. Winked now by 3 all of a sudden from swift action in the opening 16th, and it is point well taken and Determined Hope trailing the field. Winked showing away as a 2-length advantage from swift action, second about a length and a half, and Determined Hope on the outside. A point well taken is at the rail. 4 lengths will cover the front to back. It's Winked up top. Winked takes him round that turn with speed by 2.5 from swift action on the hard chase their second. Outside is Determined Hope in third, and point well taken fourth of the 4. Less than 3 is to go. Winked no challenges yet. Swift action has been in pursuit pretty much throughout. Determined Hope and then point well taken. Top of the stretch with a 1/4 mile left to go. Winked cutting that corner, turning for home. The lead's only a length though. Swift action on the outside. Winked and swift action to square off for the final furlong and a half. Winked and swift action on the outside. Swift action got the neck in front right there at that furlong marker. Winked back in second. Determined Hope and point well taken. It's going to be swift action and Johan Rosado ridden out, rolling home. Swift action by 4, flashing away from Winked, and then it was Determined Hope and point well taken.
We're absolutely blessed to have the ability to work with animals for our day-to-day job, but the blessing means that we also have a big responsibility, and that responsibility is that when a horse has finished its racing career, to make sure that we give it every opportunity to have a second career.
Horses on the racetrack, they typically race from 2 to 3 years old up to 6 to 8 years old, and they have a long career in life after that. Thoroughbred aftercare is taking care of horses after their life on the racetrack.
Making sure that we are being good stewards of the animal. We have a generation coming up that's more aware of our world, of our climate, of our animals that we use, everything that's really given us humanity and integrity about who we are and what we're doing on this planet.
There are the actual aftercares themselves, and they are farms that will rehome and rehouse the animals when they come off the track. And then there are other organisations such as the TAA, which is the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, that actually accredits the aftercares to make sure they are doing exactly what we want them to do.
We focus on organizations that can rehabilitate, retrain, retire, rehome new horses, and find a new purpose for them for after their racing and breeding.
Any animal that's willing to let you ride it or use it for work, we owe that animal everything we can do to make sure that trust is repaid.
Second finish line, 1 turn mile, 6 to 5. Auspicious Lad lined up, and they're off. Auspicious Lad broke a bit outward there. Mr. Fibonacci and Bourbon on the rocks, and Bouqueval first are speeding up there too, and Federal Offense is up close as they sort down the chute. Auspicious Lad has moved along into 5th, and it's another 3 or 4 lengths back, and here's I Want More racing back of the pack with Bubalino on the inside trailing the field. Heated pace up front as they move down the back stretch now. The inside is Bouqueval, the outside is Mr. Fibonacci. Mr. Fibonacci's got the neck in front, 5.5 out. Federal Offense is third right off the pair. Auspicious Lad now out in the 3 or 4 path up close, a length and a half from the front. First 4 covered by a couple of lengths, heading off of the far turn run. And it's Bourbon on the Rocks, I Want More, and Bobolino's got to pick it up around that far turn run. And there's Federal Offense. Federal Offense getting a neck lead from Mr. Fibonacci, trying to hang in there. It's not a 2 lengths back, and Auspicious Lad every chance to roll on, and Bukoval is in 4th. It is Bourbon on the Rocks is racing in the 5th spot, and back to I Want More, and Bobolino trailing the field. At the top of the stretch, facing the long run into the second wire, and a narrow lead for Federal Offense. Federal Offense, Mr. Fibonacci down to the inside. Auspicious Lad is in 3rd. Out the center track, Bourbon on the Rocks into the stretch with a furlong and a half left to go. And it's Federal Offense just hanging on to the lead from Auspicious Lad on the outside. Auspicious Lad outside as Federal Offense tries to hold. Shifts out just about a lane there, but still in front. Federal Offense in front by 2. Federal Offense going to keep a straight course today. Federal Offense and Leonardo Carujo from Auspicious Lad. Then Mr. Fibonacci and Bourbon on the Rocks.
The Maryland Jockey Club's Canter for a Cause event was held here on October 10th at the legendary Pimlico Racecourse. Approximately 300 riders came along with their horses to walk, trot, and canter along the great track as many of past Preakness winners. Best of all proceeds went to the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
It's been a great day. It's been exciting. We've had a lot of costumes, a lot of great kids out there. We've had every horse in every size. We've had minis to Shetlands to an Irish bred, so it's been really fun.
People have traveled quite a bit of ways to come here for this event. What kind of exposure does this give for the Aftercare Alliance?
Well, we've had a lot of thoroughbreds out here today, which is the point of the whole event, is to support the thoroughbreds and to support Aftercare and to show that these horses are versatile, that anyone can ride them. It's really great when a racetrack or a company such as First Racing and Maryland Jockey Club stands up for Aftercare and really puts on an event where we can show and showcase the Aftercare and the opportunities for horses after racing.
Stacey, we are so thankful for you and all the hard work that you and your crew have done to put on such a wonderful event.
You're welcome. We're happy to be here. And look, it takes a village. There's 81 accredited organizations across the country this is supporting, so it's awesome.
Indicate. And they're off. Al Loves Josie. Back in the Woods firing up on the inside. Then Burke's away running in 3rd. And Sugar Gray Leonard and Mo's Perfect. And trailing the field is Gallant Gold. Al Loves Josie gets away a length and a half in front. 5/8 out. Back in the Woods, 2nd and neck, and Burks is in 3rd. Sugar Gray Leonard is in 4th position out of the inside, getting a little rank there. Is Sugar Gray Leonard running a bit awkwardly, and the outside is Gallant Gold is next. And the inside is between horses is Mo's Perfect. Into the far turn, Al Loves Josie shows the way. It's a 2-length lead from Burks in 2nd and back in the Woods. Sugar Gray Leonard is on the chase now from 4th position, has 5 to make, but Al Loves Josie. Back to Gallant Gold and Mo's Perfect trailing the field. Top of the stretch, Al Loves Josie leads the way from Burks and Back in the Woods. Third out of the inside with a chance. And they're followed by Sugar Gray Leonard driving fourth. Furlong and a half left to go. Al Loves Josie getting clear by 3 lengths. Opening up on Burks and Back in the Woods. Left to battle it out. Sugar Gray Leonard is racing fourth. Al Loves Josie and Javion Toledo with a banner day. 4 wins for Toledo. Al Loves Josie to win from Burks, then Back in the Woods and Sugar Gray Leonard. And they're off. Nibbles stumbled at the start. Nibbles stumbled at the start. Is last. Please Marry Me's going right to the front, then Raise Your Game, followed by Magnificent Pearl and Nibbles, and the outside is Pink Daisy, out widest of them all. Only 4 lengths will cover front to back. Please Marry Me in the back one, Pink Daisy. So Please Marry Me leads the way. From Raise Your Game, lead about 3/4 of a length. Nibbles is worked up to third, and Magnificent Pearl is next and fourth, and trailing is Pink Daisy still. Please Marry Me, relatively easy lead on the sloppy going, leads at about 2.5 lengths and tries to get away from Raise Your Game and does. Magnificent Pearl is in third, and Nibbles, 6-5 favorite, travels in fourth. Then it's another 3 lengths back, and Pink Daisy trailing the field. Yoma Ortiz and Please Marry Me, a 2-length lead from Raise Your Game as they round that turn. Magnificent Pearl and Nibbles ridden along there from fourth to play catch up with the solo leader, and Pink Daisy's outrun. 3/8 to go. Please Marry Me from Raise Your Game. The lead is about a length. Nibbles on the outside. Rail is Magnificent Pearl as they turn in. Open affair. Please Marry Me's trying to hold. And the outside Raise Your Game. Widest of them all is Nibbles way out the center of the track. Magnificent Pearl is fourth on the inside. Nibbles is in front and cruising to the lead now. Just a little asking from Forest Voice, and Nibbles in front. But again, Magnificent Pearl battles on the inside. Second with a furlong left to go. Magnificent Pearl, Nibbles on the outside. Magnificent Pearl's got the momentum now from Nibbles, Magnificent Pearl, and Charlie Marquez putting away Nibbles in the last 16th. Third will be Raise Your Game, and then Please Marry Me.